Hello folks. Every day, millions of cars with manual gearboxes are driven on the roads. Many drivers unintentionally make serious mistakes that can negatively impact the vehicle, the environment, and overall safety. Here's a comprehensive guide on the common mistakes manual car drivers make, with detailed explanations on how to avoid them and improve driving technique. Riding the clutch. Mistake. Keeping the foot lightly on the clutch pedal while driving instead of fully releasing it. Why it's bad: creates unnecessary friction, causing the clutch to overheat and wear out faster, leads to slipping, reducing power efficiency. Can cause permanent damage to the clutch plate, requiring costly repairs. How to avoid. After changing gears, remove your foot completely from the clutch pedal. Use the dead pedal or footrest for your left foot. Resting your hand on the gear stick. Mistake. Keeping one hand on the gear lever instead of both hands on the steering wheel. Why it's bad. The gear stick is connected to the gear selector forks inside the gearbox. Applying pressure on it wears out these components, leading to shifting issues, reduces steering control, increasing the risk of accidents. How to avoid. Always keep both hands on the steering wheel unless shifting gears. Only touch the gear stick when necessary and let it go immediately after shifting. Skipping gears aggressively. Mistake. Skipping multiple gears at once, for example, from 5th to 2nd, without proper rev matching. Why it's bad. Causes sudden jerks, which can stress the engine and transmission. The engine may not be at the right RPM for the new gear, leading to stalling or rough shifting. Can cause excessive wear on the gearbox over time. How to avoid. If skipping gears, always match engine speed to the target gear by gently blipping the throttle, also known as rev matching. Shift progressively unless absolutely necessary. Using the clutch to hold the car on a hill. Now the mistake here is keeping the clutch partially engaged instead of using the handbrake on an incline. This is bad because it causes excessive clutch wear and overheating. It also increases the risk of rolling backward if done improperly. Plus, it shortens clutch life, leading to expensive repairs. So, how to avoid this? Use the handbrake, also known as the parking brake, to hold the car on a slope. Then, release the handbrake while gradually pressing the accelerator to move forward. Downshifting at high speeds without rev matching. The mistake here is shifting into a lower gear when driving fast, causing a sudden drop in RPM. This can cause engine braking, making the car jerk forward suddenly. It puts stress on the transmission and may damage the clutch and flywheel. In extreme cases, it may cause wheel lockup, leading to skidding. To avoid this, use rev matching. Before downshifting, slightly press the accelerator to match the new gear's RPM. Also, avoid shifting down multiple gears too quickly. Not fully engaging the clutch when changing gears. The mistake is partially pressing the clutch when shifting gears, causing gear grinding. This incomplete clutch engagement damages synchronizers in the gearbox. It causes rough gear shifts and reduces overall smoothness. Ultimately, it can lead to a premature transmission failure. So, how to avoid this? Always press the clutch fully before shifting gears. Then release it smoothly and gradually instead of suddenly. Starting in the wrong gear. Mistake. Trying to start the car in second or third gear instead of first. Why it's bad? Puts extra strain on the engine and clutch, can cause the car to stall, especially with low-power engines, leads to poor acceleration and increased fuel consumption. How to avoid. Always start in first gear, except in special cases, like starting in second gear on slippery surfaces for better traction. Coasting in neutral. Mistake. Shifting to neutral while going downhill or approaching a stop to save fuel. Why it's bad. Reduces control over the car as you can't use engine braking. Modern cars cut fuel supply when coasting in gear, meaning neutral doesn't save fuel. Can be dangerous in emergencies where quick acceleration is needed. How to avoid. Keep the car in gear while slowing down to use engine braking. Downshift to lower gears instead of shifting to neutral. Revving the engine too much before releasing the clutch. The mistake here is pressing the accelerator too much while releasing the clutch during takeoff. Why is this bad? Well, it causes excessive clutch wear due to unnecessary friction, wastes fuel, and creates higher emissions. Plus, it can lead to uncontrolled wheel spin, especially in wet conditions. How to avoid this? Find the clutch biting point and apply throttle gradually. Avoid excessive revving. Use only the power needed for a smooth start. Not using engine braking. The mistake is relying only on the brakes when going downhill instead of using gears. Why is this bad? It overheats the brake pads and rotors, causing brake fade, which is a loss of braking efficiency. This can wear out brakes prematurely, leading to costly repairs. How to avoid this? Downshift into a lower gear when going downhill to control speed naturally. Use brakes only when necessary, letting the engine do most of the braking. Bonus tips for driving a manual car smoothly. Practice clutch control in an open area to get used to its engagement point. Listen to the engine instead of relying only on the tachometer for shifting. Keep both hands on the steering wheel for better control. Use rev matching to make downshifts smoother. Be patient. Manual driving takes time to master, but it becomes second nature with practice. Final thoughts. Avoiding these common mistakes will increase your car's lifespan, improve fuel efficiency, and make your driving experience safer and smoother. Do you have any specific challenges while driving a manual? I'd be happy to help.